In our previous class, we have studied about the types of constructor, that is default constructor, parameterized constructor, and today we are going to learn about copy constructor. Copy constructor is a parameterized constructor using one object can be copied to another object. So copy constructor is also a parameterized constructor using which one object can be copied to another object. So parameterized constructor, in our last class I have told you, if there is any arguments or parameters in the constructor, then it is called as parameterized constructor. So copy constructor will also have a parameter, and so one object will be copied to another object. In that case it is called as copy constructor. Now coming to the syntax, class is a keyword, class name, and next in the public we are declaring the constructor. The class name and the constructor name should be same, and in the brackets we have got the arguments, that is the class name ampersand ptr. This is the syntax for writing the copy constructor, that is ptr is the pointer. It will have the address of the pointer. So this part is called as copy constructor. You are declaring the copy constructor here in this part. Let us see the example for copy constructor. These two statements are called as header files. Class is a keyword and test is the class name. Inside the class you have got private and public. These are the access specifier. Int x is the data member. Then under the public you have test. The class name and member function is same, so it is called as a default constructor. Again test, and here also the member function as test, but in the brackets you have got parameters or arguments, and this part is called as a parameterized constructor, where the value of num will be assigned to x. Now the third constructor, test, again the class name and constructor name is same, and test is the class name ampersand y. We have studied in the syntax that in order to write a copy constructor we have to use the address of the pointer, that is ampersand y. Y is the pointer. Using this pointer we will be able to access the data of the particular constructor. So x is equal to y dot x. Y dot x, we are accessing the data x, and that value will be assigned to x. Now coming to void display, value of x, whatever the value which is assigned to x will be displayed here. Then we close the bracket and the entire class has been defined. Now next is void main. In void main you have got test. Test is the class name, t1 is the object name, and 25 value, that value which is there in the bracket will be copied to this num, that is a parameterized constructor, and this 25 will be copied to x. Now test, again you have got a test as the class name, t2 is another object, t1 will be copied to t2. So one object is copied to another object, then it is called a copy constructor. So the t2 can access the data of t1. Now t1 dot display, the control will go to the display t1 data, that is what is there in the t1. You have got 25 as x value, that value of x 25 will be displayed here. Again t2 dot display, t2 is a copy constructor, so this constructor will be invoked, and here the value of x, that is 25, the value of which is stored in t1 will also be copied to the t2, and the value will be assigned to x, that is 25 will be assigned to x. Now display t2 dot display, it will display the value of x, that is 25. So when one object is copied to another object, the data which is accessed by t1 will also be accessed by t2. The next topic what we are going to learn is destructor. A destructor is a special member function that is executed when an object of that class is destroyed. So destroying an object means we are deallocating all the resources such as memory that was allocated for the object by the constructor. So whatever resources that was allocated will be deallocated when we use a destructor. So the class name, constructor name and destructor name will be same, but the destructor will have a tilde symbol before the destructor. We will be having a tilde symbol so that we can identify the destructor. See the syntax over here, the class name, the constructor name and the destructor name, all the three names will be same, but a symbol before the class name will be identified as a destructor. In this example, class counter, public is the access specifier. In this, we have a constructor counter. The class name and the constructor name both are same and n is equal to 0. We are initializing the value of n is equal to 0. Again, we have a tilde symbol and the class name over here, and we have got the parenthesis over here. So when we are using a tilde symbol before the constructor name, then it is a destructor. What is the purpose of destructor? Destructor will deallocate the memory that has been allocated by the constructor. So once the destructor is used, it will destroy the object which was created by the constructor. The characteristics of the destructor. The destructor name must have the same name as the class name, and it should be preceded by a symbol called as tilde symbol. The destructor cannot take arguments, therefore it cannot be overloaded. There can't be two or more destructors in a program. There will be only one destructor in the program. Since there are no arguments, it cannot be overloaded. The destructor has no return type. It does not have any return type, not even a void. It does not have a return type in float, char. Any return type cannot be used along with the destructor. There can be only one destructor in each class. As I have told you, the destructor cannot be overloaded. So there will be only one destructor in each class. It should have public access in the class declaration. So a destructor should be declared in the public access specifier. It cannot be declared in the private or protected access specifier. It should be declared in the public access. The destructor cannot be inherited, like how our class can be inherited. So one class can be inherited by another class. The destructor cannot be inherited by another class. We are using two header files over here, that is iostream.h and conio.h. And here class is the keyword and num is the class name. Private and public are the access specifier, and int x is the data member. Num, the class name and the special member function both are same. So this is the constructor which has been used in this program. Void displays the member function, and tilde num, tilde symbol tilde is used before the class name. Before the class name, if you use a tilde symbol, then it is a destructor. So this num is the constructor and this num is the destructor, and we close the bracket and put a semicolon. The entire class is defined. Now coming to void main num a. As soon as the object is created, the constructor gets invoked and the control will go to this constructor over here. Then it will print cout, that is in constructor, and 100 will be assigned to x. Now again coming back to the void main a.display. A.display, the display function will be invoked, and cout value of x. Value of x is 100, that is assigned, will be displayed here. So once all these statements are completed, then the destructor gets invoked automatically, and this statement will be executed, that is num is the class name, scope resolution operator, and num. So this num is the destructor which has been used, cout in destructor. That is, we come to a destructor, that is it will deallocate the memory that has been allocated by the constructor. So this is how a destructor works. A destructor is also a special member function which has the same name as the class name or the constructor name. It is used mainly to destroy, and this destructor is used to deallocate the memory that was allocated by the constructor.